Recently, my good friend Alex from Legit Street Cars had a seemingly simple problem, and he asked for our help. His beloved E55 wagon wouldn't pass the Illinois emissions test because of some previous modifications, and he wanted us to install some catalytic converters on each of the cylinder banks because the vehicle has long tube headers, which replace the factory manifolds and OEM cats. His plan? Cut a place for them and just weld them in. Simple, right? Not for FMU. Before we jump in though, like the video and drop a comment for the algorithm.
If you know anything about FMU, we take our exhaust work pretty seriously. Our exhausts have been featured on some well-known influencers' cars, and our systems have a reputation for being some of the best sounding exhaust systems ever made. Building hundreds of systems over the past years as options for discerning customers who wanted something above and beyond what's available on the shelves has given us a unique experience of bringing the best sound out of every vehicle. All of our exhaust work is done out of 304 stainless and is TIG welded by hand and back purged. This ensures a level of quality that will actually outlast the life of the car, which is why we warranty every exhaust for life. Simply put, we take a lot of pride in our handiwork and we love what we do, which is why we do every build to the absolute best of our ability. When taking on an exhaust project, we figure out exactly what the customer is looking for and compare that to what we know will be the best quality and provide the best sound. If those things do not align, we'll turn down the project because we know that either the customer will not be getting what they asked for and therefore won't be satisfied, or we'll have to compromise on our standards and give them something that we know is just subpar. This is our legacy, so we would rather just miss out on a paycheck than let either of those things happen. On top of that, if our exhaust work were to ever go anywhere else and be seen as hack in and weld job, even if that's what the customer wanted, our reputation as the premier exhaust fabrication specialist would become tarnished. That's why when Alex, or any other customer for that matter, asks us to just cut in something and weld it, we'll politely refuse. Because there's plenty of muffler shops that can do the quick and dirty. So on to Alex's car. Right off the bat, we could feel the telltale sign of the exhaust tapping on the body, a common issue on the W211 with aftermarket headers. Once up on the lift, we saw there were a handful of improvements that could be made to what the car was equipped with. First, the OEM exhaust was rusting. So even if we wanted to weld in cats, the point where the system met the factory resonators had a poor seal from corrosion, and the process of removing it to perform the work would most likely cause it to leak once reinstalled. Second, the included aftermarket header midsection uses a 90-degree splice for the X on the main tubes. In our experience, this is a major issue when it comes to achieving the optimal sound and performance. The third and final issue we wanted to improve on was a section of tube that gets crushed down in order to fit above the chassis crossmember. Obviously, this decrease in the pipe diameter restricts performance and increases the turbulence of the exhaust gas. The rounder and straighter the tubing, the cleaner the sound, the better the performance. For these reasons, instead of just welding in cats, we opted to fabricate a complete midsection from scratch, which would go from the header collectors all the way to just before the rear axle. The midsection would be 3 inches in diameter all the way through and include 2 Jesse G-Sport high-flow 300-cell EPA certified high-flow catalytic converters from Stainless Bros to restore emissions compliance and ensure a check engine light-free operation while not being a restriction point for the 700 horsepower wagon. Of course, it would also include our Smooth Merge X-Pipe, which evenly blends both banks to create a clean and refined sound while still maintaining the depth and muscle of the German supercharged V8. In order to connect this factory AMG mufflers, we use CNC machine V-band flanges to ensure zero leaks and trouble-free removal. The entire midsection was, of course, TIG welded and back purged for performance, quality, strength, and longevity. The final product? An emissions compliant custom midsection that produces a very clean, high-class sound that matches the handsome looks of the muscular estate wagon. And anything with our guarantee will be around for far longer than you and I will. Now that's something we can be proud to put our names on. So what did Alex think about it? Well, we were over on his initial thoughts for budget, but his intention to keep the wagon for life meant that this was going to be an investment for him. But after hearing it, well, you'll see his reaction for yourself. Our goal was refined executive muscle, and we think we nailed it. But that came at the cost of volume and a bit of rowdiness. Now that you saw Alex's reaction, what did you guys think about it? Go ahead and tell us what you think below in the comments.
Are you looking for an exhaust that brings out the best qualities in your engine while meeting your expectations on volume and emissions compliance? Are off-the-shelf systems too raspy or too drony for your tastes? Find out why so many trust the experts of FMU to craft masterpieces on their vehicles and see if we can come up with a solution for your ride. That's it for our video. Again, like and subscribe, drop a comment, and if you haven't yet, there's so many projects to come in our amazing shop, and every little like helps us focus on more resources for showing you some of the wild projects that we see every day. Thanks for watching.